Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. I'm over here at my father-in-law's pond. We rigged up, caught us a little old bass. These are very small. Most of the bass in this pond are small. For the last several years, I have been desperately trying to get bass out of it. Most people that bass fish catch and release. In a lot of places, a lot of times of the year, I do too when I bass fish. This is late February, and he's hooked. These are big enough to fillet. I mean, if you fillet white perch, there's a little bit of meat on here. I'm putting them in a cooler, mainly because we're trying to manage this pond. We're trying to get a lot of bass out. It's bad overstocked. It hadn't been fished well enough. What am I fishing with today? H&H double spinner. I have tried several baits. I have tried my KVD flute that I like. I tried a green lizard. I got a hit or two on it, but I think right now, early this in the spring, reactionary bites. Y'all, this is my favorite color. A lot of people like the white. A lot of people like the black and yellow. I mean, and as many colors as they are, somebody there is their favorite, but anyway, we pond fishing, y'all. The swamp is flooded. I think I poured out 1.5 inches of rain from yesterday. I think yesterday I poured out another little over 1 inch. So we've had a good bit of rain, and the river, the Pearl River swamp back there, the Now Warrior Management area, way out of the banks. So what I'm doing, running this down along these edges, these smaller fish are hitting. Walked up there out of view of the camera and got two. This one is, I don't know, I got scales ordered, y'all. I don't know which one of you did, but somebody recommended some scales and Dr. Meter scales, and I ordered me a set. So hold up, stop traffic. I did want to mention that somebody out there, one of y'all, give me the best idea for weighing fish. And that's to get on the scales and weigh yourself and then eat them and then get back on the scales. Now, y'all, that was the best idea I have ever heard in my life. Thank you. Thank you. Every one of them I have caught right up on the bank. So, small bass. I'm not sure if these are spotted bass or largemouth. I think they're spotted bass. And somebody's going to always want to know. I am fishing with a Bass Pro Shops Graphite Series rod. 6'6". That's 6 foot 6 inches, and that's an old Abu Garcia reel. Most of you that follow this channel know I'm an Abu Garcia fan. Are they better than other reels? Probably not, but I prefer them. I like them mainly for the durability. Not that they perform better though. I've had this reel for a long time, and I have fished hard with it, and I have abused it, and that is the way I fish all of my reels. I prefer those bait casters over these spinning reels, but for throwing H&H spinner baits, light crankbaits and such as that, I prefer this spinning reel. When I've got a heavier bait, I like my bait casters. And I realize, y'all, this ain't as much fun as out on the lake or in the swamp. But can't really fish nowhere else. I could probably go to a lake, but not knowing with the weather how good they bite and whatever, it's just easy to come over here in the afternoons. That's what these ponds are good for. And y'all, I've always been told, I hadn't had a biologist come out here we hadn't and look at this lake. There's a lot of brim in here. I mean, a lot of brim. Good brim, too. In fact, last year I filmed catching some brim. Probably will do some more brim fishing this coming summer or spring here. But there's not a lack of food for them. It may not be predominantly what they want. So I don't really know for sure why these fish, there are just a lot of small bass. So maybe there's not enough food. I don't really know. So I'm not going to claim to be an expert on why these fish are small and why they're stunning. This is probably about 2.5 acre pond. So, but anyway, let's see if we can catch some more right here. Uh-oh. Y'all saw him. A little bit better fish, not much. Just a little better, not much. Y'all, I decided to change baits. You seen I just caught one on a green-tailed lizard. Well, then I had to change baits because I hung it up and lost it. But I'm fishing them somewhat like a jig. I drop them in around these tops because it's hard to fish at H&H, and that's the last one of that color I got. So I don't want to be throwing it up in that log. But anyway, I got a red one. I don't know. I've got piles of these plastic baits of different kinds. I acquired a bunch of them like in a trade type deal, and it was boxes of just old plastic, and there was a lot of good baits in there, and there was some junk in there obviously I had to throw away, but I got a pile of good baits for a little of nothing. So a lot of this stuff, I don't know what name it is. Like if you see me hooking on plastic, sometimes they probably don't even make it no more. So y'all, but I'm dropping this in among them limbs and fishing it real slow. I had somebody tell me the other day on one of my grunnel fishing, bowfin fishing videos, said, the best way to catch them is to take this kind of live bait and throw it out there on the court. Well, I agree with that. They was not wrong. Y'all, I love to fish plastic baits, and I'll tell you why. I learned to fish them in that swamp because there's so many limbs. Them trees is steadily blowing down in that water because it ain't very wide, so the bottom of it, everything's just full of limbs, and they wash down it. When it floods, it washes stuff off the banks down in there, so it is extremely full of limbs. It's not like some of the bigger rivers where you got sandy bottoms and there's grass, or the lakes, where there's just tops here, there, and yonder. It's stuff all in there. So you have to learn to be really sensitive. And I learned to fish plastics because that was the one thing I could keep the barb of my hook hid, and I could, if I felt it bump something, it didn't really just like jerk it. Is that a limb, and I ease it over it, and you could fish through stuff. So that's how I learned how to fish with plastic baits. So that's one of the reasons a lot of times you'll see me go to them. And I fish with 3 poles, y'all. I keep one rigged up. Well, is this a Carolina rig? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know. There's a Texas rig and a Carolina rig. This is where the bullet lead drops down right to the hook. Got a Gamakatsu number 3/0 hook. And then I keep one, that spinning reel, where I just tie different baits all on it, and I can throw whatever with it. And then I keep my other bait caster with nothing but a 3/0 hook on it. Sometimes I go to a 5/0 if I'm really grunnel fishing. And I put a fluke on there with no weight whatsoever, and I throw it out there, and I just let it sit and bump it. And it just, here in a couple of weeks, when they really start spawning, in a month or so, when there's a lot of bait fish and everything's up at the bank spawning, I can wear them out with that fluke. A little better fish right there, y'all. Ain't very big though. We didn't say he was a trophy. No giant, nothing like that. Just a little better than what I've been catching today. Anyway, thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. We'll see y'all next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it.